Welcome back. This is going to be the practical part for P1, M1 and D1. I've left out P2 and M2 just because I want to do that as a separate thing, because I do think there's some things that we need to do before we get to that stage, but that's not going to be included in this stage. So what P1, M1 and D1 looks like as a writing frame. This is my writing frame. I'm going to make it available on my website. You can go there and grab it for free. I'll upload it as a Word document and a PDF. And all this is just the sections I think that everyone needs to answer in order to be able to complete the assignment. This is not the only way. This is not the best way. This is just my way. Ask your teachers, speak to your teachers. They will definitely know best. So what I've done, I've gone ahead and I've put some questions into some sections. For example, here for introduction, I said, introduce this section of the assignment, P1, M1, and D1, will you be doing? So what's this part of the assignment going to be? It's going to be a research and it's going to be about the principles of website development. And you're going to have to choose some websites to, let's say, review and see how well those principles of website development have been used on that particular website. So that's what you'll do for this section. So this is what the writing frame looks like. And on the actual one I've done, I've gone ahead and actually done the assignment myself, or this part of it anyway. And what I've done in here is I've written my introduction. It doesn't have to be long. It's just going to introduce the assignment overall. You can make it more, you can make it a bit less maybe. And I've gone in to explain the principles of website development here. And I have a section for every single principle that I have identified. So here I have page layout, navigation, content, design, user experience, use of motion and movement, dynamic websites, cross-browser compatibility. I could have probably joined these two together, as in dynamic websites and cross-browser compatibility, but I left them separate. And then under that, I have the purpose of the websites, I have the target audience. So this is what my assignment looks like. And again, the writing frame is going to have the structure of what I think needs to be in the assignment. I might be wrong. And again, if I'm wrong, someone come back to me, tell me, and I'll update it. I'll take some ideas in, not an issue. What this is going to be my completed assignment. So I'm going to go through just the completed assignment. You can always have a look at this document here. It's just the headings, nothing else, just a few questions to help you answer the overall assignment. So if I go back to this one, let me go back to the very, very top. And again, I'm using styles and formatting. That means I have a heading for every single section. And again, what that allows me to do is to quickly insert and update my table of content. I can simply refresh it if I added more pages or more sections. The very first thing I have is my introduction, as I mentioned before. Then I have my principles of website development, which I go through every single one. So I listed these earlier. I have the websites chosen. And under this section, I simply detail, let me zoom in some more. I simply detail or state, I actually don't detail, I state the websites I've chosen and the website links to those websites. Now, these websites are just two random ones I've chosen. For your website, you will have to choose based on the scenario that you've been given. So if your scenario is about a charity, you need to go look at charity websites. If your scenario is about a game development website, go look at game development websites. If your scenario is about X thing, you need to go look at websites about X thing. Don't just choose random ones. I chose IGN just because I don't have a scenario. I didn't want to leak what Pearson has. I have access to it, but it has a padlock next to it, so I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share it. So just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to share it. I will be providing scenarios of my own. I'm going to make 4 as well and make it available on the website so you can go there and grab it. These are the 2 scenarios which I came up with myself. Follow very similar layout to what Pearson gives you. So even though it's not the exact same scenario, I use my name instead, as in my company name, Rons Tech Hub, instead of what they've given. It's going to be a similar layout, but asking you to make a different type of website. I'm going to make 4 of these. I've only made 2 so far, so bear with me. All of this is going to be up on the website at some point under the Unit 3 website development section. All right, so let's go back to this now. So here I have the purpose of the websites, and under here I've got the website IGN. I'm only going to be doing IGN for this, but I've started doing the previous sections for both IGN and Amazon. So whatever type of website you choose, you can do this for whatever type of website it is. So again, you must link the websites that you choose back to the scenario or the assignment brief that you've chosen. So if you chose an assignment brief on some gaming related website that does reviews about movies, games, TV shows, animes, then IGN is going to be a perfect one. I'm not saying to choose IGN, but it's the same type of website. And for website 2, I've got Amazon. And again, I've detailed the purpose of Amazon. This is not the best way to reference, but I've done this here just for simplicity, just to be quick. If I scroll all the way to the bottom of my document, this is the way that some teachers might want you to reference. This is the way you actually reference for IEEE. This is the IT, Computer Science and Engineering one that you will be using in university. It's called IEEE. That's why it's called IEEE. This is how it's going to be done. The next thing I speak about after the purpose of the websites is going to be target audience. Now, for target audience, audience, I just simply say what it is and I speak about the target audience for IGN. You do not have to guess this. There are websites on the internet, which I've found a few, and they will give you the demographics or the target audience for that website. So even though it doesn't explicitly say on IGN, my target audience is for people between the ages of 18 and, let's just say for argument's sake, 34 mainly. When you look at information like this, it pops out at you, because when you look at this, right, the two highest ones in this case are going to be obviously the main target audience. Does it make sense for IGN to tailor their target or to tailor their information to people who are 65 and plus when they only have 3% of those people, versus they have 30% here and roughly 40% here, right? So that's going to be 70% in total just for these two categories. It makes more sense for them to tailor whatever their website is about for these two categories. So even though, let me repeat that one more time. Even though the IGN website doesn't explicitly say our target audience is people between 18 and 34, when you look at the demographics on websites like, I think it's called SimilarWeb or any other SEO website you can find. So you can simply Google SEO information for IGN or demographic information for IGN or how can I find the target audience for IGN, and you can find stuff like this. It's completely free again. I think if you try to connect too many people from the same school, try to link to this website at once, it will kick you guys off, because the IP address coming from your school is going to be a single IP address to this website, even though you're using different machines. So be aware of that. In this section here, I speak about the target audience, and I actually screenshot from one of the websites. I think it was this one I used. Let me go to it quickly. I screenshot the target audience section from the website. I'll put this link in the description so you can go there and get the information that you want. So if I scroll down, scroll, and I go to the target audience section, the demographic section, it tells me the target audience of this website, and I can put that into a paragraph myself. I did the same thing for Amazon, but in this case, Amazon has a much broader target audience, because as you can see, none of these are obviously significantly lower than the others, because Amazon just sells everything and everyone buys stuff. All right, next we have the principles of website development, and I speak about every single principle for the IGN website. Then I would normally go on and speak about every single principle again for the Amazon website. So for example, this is for IGN here. Now I talk about the page layout for IGN, the navigation for IGN, the content for IGN, the design for IGN, user experience, the dynamic website for IGN. And what I've also done for this section is I've done a Google Chrome desktop screenshot of the IGN website, a Microsoft Edge screenshot of the same website, a Google Chrome mobile of the same website, and a Microsoft Edge on my tablet as well, just to show that everything works on different browsers and on different types of devices. So desktop is obviously the first two here. This one on the left is mobile, and this one on the right is tablet. Still mobile, but just still keep it as tablet. So if you can do this, if your school has access to tablets and iPads and so on, you can do this yourself as well. If you have access to it, you can do it at home. I would definitely recommend going onto your mobile phone, and whatever website you're using, you go ahead and screenshot it and test it on your mobile phone as well to see how well it works. And if it doesn't work really well, that's fine. Say that. You can actually go ahead and say it's not a dynamic website because it doesn't work on my mobile phone. It only shows me the desktop version of the site. Next, I speak about search engine optimization for the IGN website. Then finally, I speak about what are some of the things that IGN has done using those principles of website development. Again, what are things that they have done to ensure their website meets whatever the target audience wants. There are more, but in the interest of time, I've only done these two. And this is how I think I would structure my distinction level work. If I scroll down quickly, this next section here is just for the Amazon website. I haven't done that because it's going to be repeating the same type of information, but just for Amazon instead of IGN. So in any case, hopefully that was useful. And again, I will be sharing on my website the scenarios which I've come up with. There are going to be 4 of them. So you can go there and you can practice using this if you want to practice. If not, then that's fine. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, comment and share.